Let's talk about the Fed. President Trump this morning, we talked about in the morning meeting, went on Truth Social, said we should get rid of the head of the Fed, basically. Put up number six. Wall Street Journal reporting something that will come as no surprise to anybody that the president has for months talked about getting rid of Powell because he doesn't like Powell, even though he's pick. And when Donald Trump doesn't like somebody who, in theory, he could get rid of, even more than the people who he could get rid of in a second. He seems particularly attracted to heads of the FBI and other agencies where you're really not supposed to get rid of them. So the Wall Street Journal says he's been trying to get rid of him for a while, or talking about getting rid of him. And then number seven, Politico says something also won't surprise you, that Scott Besson is saying, don't get rid of Powell because it'll be more destabilizing for the markets. His term is up in about a year. Let's just start telling people we're interviewing candidates to get rid of him. There's also reporting that this guy Warsh, who was on the Fed during the financial crisis and is a fan favorite of the Mar-a-Lago crowd, that Warsh is in line to be Powell's replacement, and that Besson's saying just be patient. I've long heard that Kevin Hassett, who's head of the National Economic Council, is also someone potentially in the mix for that job. So here is the president in the Oval Office today, did a photo op with the Italian prime minister. Got tons of questions here. Number 8 is the president talking about prospect of dumping Powell.
On Jerome Powell, you said that the termination of Jerome Powell cannot come fast enough. He says he won't leave even if you ask him to.
Oh, he'll leave. If I ask him to, he'll be out of there. But I don't think he's doing the job. He's too late, always too late, a little slow, and I'm not happy with him. I let him know it, and if I want him out, he'll be out of there real fast, believe me.
Now, if you're a student of Trump, you know the president plays it step by step. At a minimum, it appears he's trying to intimidate Powell, to kind of jawbone Powell into lowering rates and doing what Trump wants, and not doing what he did yesterday, which is to basically say the tariff policy is a disaster. I'm paraphrasing, and for slight exaggeration. So, Amber, what do you make of what's going on? Do you think the president will move to oust Powell or not?
Gosh, I really don't know, because Trump does bluster a lot. I think it's probably more of an intimidation tactic, as you said. And
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I meant to say intimidation and scapegoating, right? Now, if the economy doesn't do well, he can say, hey, I told you guys, Powell's a disaster. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, well, and I think that there's obviously legitimate reasons to be upset with Jerome Powell. I mean, he's basically insinuating that the tariffs are going to be more inflationary than dumping billions of dollars in government spending into the economy, which is, I think, pretty boneheaded. But I think it is fair to say that this would be pretty destabilizing and probably shoot yourself in the foot kind of moment. I saw a lot of chatter on social media today saying that finance bros would pull a January 6th if Trump were to oust Jerome Powell from the Fed, which is quite funny, but also not, totally out of left field. So the sort of overarching theme I'm seeing here, though, Mark, is that Scott Besson has kind of been the voice of reason in the Trump administration, especially with this fight between the very hardcore populists who want to go balls to the wall on tariffs in the attempt to reshore pretty much all manufacturing, if not at least key industries, versus the more neoliberal members of the administration who favor maybe the 10% policy, or just getting all the tariffs down to 0% through negotiations. He's been the voice in the middle and has gotten Trump to settle on the 10% across the board tariffs, with the exception on China and a few different key industries like lumber and steel and aluminum, which are going to go up to 25% at some point.
Right. I think we should all commit to only wearing T-shirts that are made in the United States. That should be our policy.
I like that policy.
Personal policy.